What's up, Brohams? This is Colonel Twerkins, and I'm here to bring you another DCUO Build-A-Tune, and today it's going to be Elseworlds Flash. Today my voice is doing pretty well, and I'm excited about that. Hopefully I don't sound too bad in this one. For those of you that don't know, just as an aside, I have damage from acid reflux when I was a teenager. At that time, it wasn't something that was really popular, or rather, wasn't really known about. So there was no real medications that you could take. So I obviously couldn't really do anything about it. I didn't even know what it was, but it went away, but it did leave some damage behind. Also, I do have asthma that also, has done some damage. It has kind of given me what they call tired vocal cords that I have to kind of push in a certain way to get my sound to come out better, if that makes any sense. Anyway, on to the video. So basically, I don't know a whole lot about this particular Flash, but basically he is in a storyline from DC Comics, of course, called Elseworlds Finest, and that is featuring Supergirl and Batgirl. Now, in this story, basically, Batgirl is like this sort of dictator, and she rules Gotham pretty much, right? And no metahumans are allowed in Gotham, but there's a storyline that runs through talking about Lex Luthor and how he had disgruntled and discredited a guy named Professor Hamilton, and that guy's mad, so he teams up with the Joker, and of course a lot of chaos ensues. Then of course, that's where we get introduced to this Elseworlds Flash, and I like the look. I did kind of have a difficult time with the face, trying to get the helmet right. Now, there could be a piece out there that I just totally missed, and if you guys know what it is, of course, drop that in the comments below and let me know so that I can, have some understanding, and for those who may not already know about it, okay? So let's go ahead and get into this build, okay? So let's go ahead and we're going to start off with the colors. Now, the colors are not that different from the previous build that I did, which is, if you didn't see it, it'll be up here on the screen, is actually the Ezra Miller Flash from the new Justice League movie. So the first color we have is 2C0000, which is a darker red. Excuse me. And then the yellow that we have is B18F00. Okay. The white you need for the emblem, of course, all white, all Fs. And then we're not really using this color here. That's the darker, almost blackish red that I had before. Okay. So just to make sure that we don't get interrupted, forgot to switch to a different chat channel, voice channel. Okay, so let's move forward. Now that we've got the colors, let's go ahead and start with the head, since the head was a bit of a trying to figure out how I was going to do it. I did actually take the same headpiece that I used in the last episode with Ezra Miller Flash, and that is going to be the Shepherd of Adara. Okay, and then the next piece you're gonna need is the face piece. All right, now this is the face piece here. It's going to be, oops, passed it up, gas ventilator. Now this is where you could find this piece if you'd like to pick one up for yourself and to make this build. Okay, so now on to the chest piece, and we're actually using the same for the chest and for the legs, which is going to be, if I can get to it here, panel bodysuit. Okay, I like it because it definitely has the lines, the extra lines here that give it texture and make it look, of course, a lot more like the actual suit. And this is where you could find this piece as well as the legs. and then I'll go ahead and bring those legs up for you. Okay, so for the legs, let's go ahead and jump over to the panel bodysuit. So far, so good, right? I think it's looking pretty good. Okay. Now for the waist, no, let's go with the hands. The hands are going to be the same ones I used last video because they just seem to look the best, and they fit the look that we're going for. Not sure exactly the idea of the hands, because this character was also used in Injustice as well, if I forgot to mention that before. Okay, and I like the way it looks. I'm not too keen on that, but if I change that, see what happens. If I change this to yellow, it's going to change the whole gloves to yellow, but we don't want that. So we just kind of have to accept that. Okay. Now for the waist, now I showed you last video if you want to see where you got those hands from. Those I didn't show you. Those are actually in the PvP styles. Those are actually for Marks of Valor. And that vendor, show you right here actually, where it is. Okay, so now for the waist, this is going to be the House of El Warsuit. Just like the last video, this one definitely has that feel, and I really enjoyed being able to have something that's versatile like that. Now the other belt, as a matter of fact, this is where you can get the House of El Warsuit belt. Okay, and then the next one, the next belt you could try, which is used a lot. I try to stay away from things that people use a lot of. I try to find some other alternative that would work. And the one that people usually like a lot is the Speed Force Spectrum. And it looks great, but, you know, ironically, this is the one that happens to look a little more like the one that we need. Okay. And then let's go ahead and do the emblem. I've been trying to shake things up here, like with my Black Flash, Black Racer. I'm not sure what name they're going to go with in the Flash TV series. But I used the Rocket last time for that one. And I'll show you that here. Okay, that's the one I used the last time. But I'm going to go with a standard that people do normally use, which is the Leaf. Here, by changing the color scheme, you can kind of, you know, fiddle with it and make it, you know, closer to what it is that you're trying to do. You can't really do too much as far as like to change the coloring, you know, except for just adding that there and then making this white. So, okay, so now that we've got the logo, let's go ahead and get down to the feet, or the emblem, should I say. Now the feet are going to be Speed Force Spectrum. Now I realize that on the original boots that he wears, like in the Injustice game, they are actually yellow and red. So, you know, you kind of sometimes have to take a short somewhere. You know what I mean? You got to take a loss somewhere. And in this case, that's probably where we have to take it, is here. Now, you could, it's possible to use the logistical officer variant and maybe change, no, that would be yellow, let's be red. You could do it that way if you wanted to. That's another option. It's totally up to you. But right now we're gonna go back to the Speed Force Spectrum. And you see by the end of the video my voice starts to downgrade again. So I apologize for that, but I can't really help it. I think we're done, and I think that it looks great. So you guys can tell me what you think in the comments below, and let me know if you have any suggestions for any other speedsters you want to see in the next video. Alright guys, make sure to like so that others can see this. Also subscribe for more if you want to become part of the Broham Nation. Also, you can follow me on Twitter and Facebook, and both of those are at Colonel Twerkins. And make sure to share this on your social media so that others can find it. And I'll see you in the next one. Peace.